Welcome to my channel. I'm Tony Rosca, and today we're going to compare some small light modifiers for around head flashes like the V1, the 200, 100, 300, and also some of them they work with around head flashes from Profoto or different other brands. I will show you during this video my preferred light modifiers for one camera flash. When I have to use one camera flash, I find this modifier working really good, and you're gonna be surprised how good the pictures look when you use it with your flash, and you might gonna try it out. Let's start with the MagMod Diffuser, the XL version. It only works with the MagMod Reflector, which has a bonus mount, and this adds a lot of real estate to your flash. And you can use the reflector with an S2 bracket. It also has the bonus mount. It's a very strong assembly. You can install it on a stand, and it creates a very sturdy setup for an outdoor shoot. You can see in my previous video how I use these modifiers on a beach shoot, and I think it works really great. The modifier has a nice light fall off on your subject, and you can have a little center spot because the reflector, it makes the light to be a little bit directional, and it works great for some situation. Don't forget, all these modifiers at the end are still small light sources, and you have to use it with care. You need to use some finesse to make sure that you get the perfect results. Also, the small diffuser from MagMod works really good. In order to use this modifier, you have to use one of these MagMod grips, which it stretches around your flash head, and it has magnets, and the modifier attaches securely. The magnets on the grip and diffuser kind of like adds a little bit of weight to your flash, and if you have it on camera, it kind of like not always the preferred choice. Any modifier you're going to use on your flash, you're going to add weight, but this is a little bit kind of like a little bit too much. It works really good for on-camera modifier also. The problem I have with this mag grip is the fact that it's super strong, and it creates a super tight and connection and put pressure on your flash head. I would rather use this with my round head flashes on the Evolve 200 because I think they're much stronger than the V1, but as you can see here, I have it on the V1 and it works perfectly fine. These modifiers diffuse the light a little bit, and also they cut the reflective quality of your light, and it helps having that nice illumination on the face of your subject without having that specular highlights reflection, which make it for more a pleasant image. I like to use the MagMod modifiers, and special on outdoor shoots, because they are really strong connected to your flash. They are a small footprint, it's easy to carry, they are collapsible, and you can take it with you anywhere. And especially in a windy situation, these modifiers work great. It works for me every time when I have to go outdoors and I don't have favorable conditions for a photo shoot. You can see the light patterns these modifiers have. This in an indoor shoot is nothing special. I just want to make it easier for everybody to understand what kind of light you can expect to get using this modifier with your flashes. Going to the Godox modifiers, we are talking about the tent. I think they call it the tent diffuser, and this is a really awesome modifier. I like the shape of it. I like that it's rectangular, and you can use it on a vertical, on a horizontal position, and I mostly use it on the horizontal when I'm shooting portraits, because it gives a little bit more length to the light, and I can get, from the side of the subject, I can get a little bit more wraparound light on the face. The only drawback on this one is the mounting for these flashes. It's plastic. The flashes, the Godox flashes, they have some little grooves around the head, and you have to basically align the groove from the plastic mount to your flash. When you connect the modifier to your flash, I think you still get a very good secure connection. And I like to use this one with my Ad300s because they have a lot of power, and it diffuses the light really good, and you can go forever, using this setup. Also, you have this spill around because everything is white. All of these modifiers are silicone, white silicone, and they have some spill to the side. The other thing what it kind of like it's a bummer, the front diffuser, it is like a hard plastic, and I wish they would have used the same materials like they use on the side, the silicone, the soft material, so you don't have any problems if you collapse it, because it might crack. This one, I think it might be able to crack very easily if you drop it. And you can see in this picture what kind of light it does. None of these modifiers change the color temperature of your lights, and I think is a really good thing. The collapsible dome from Godox is the one I think is the easiest one to use on your flashes. They say you can use it with adapters. It just fits over your flash very easy, and it has some grooves to align with the grooves on your flash, and it works pretty good. But it's the one who doesn't stress your flash too much, and it doesn't add too much weight. And you can use it directly on your V1 with no problem. And I like the being a sphere, how it creates a nice light pattern, and also you have a nice fall off to the side. Surprisingly, these dome diffuser, they are not my preferred choice for flash on camera. The one I really like is the MagMod Bounce. You have to use the MagMod grip on it, and with this bounce you add like 300% more real estate to your flash, and it's pretty light, and the light quality this modifier helps you get, I think, is really good for a situation like this. You can see from these pictures the light is flat, but it's very even and very nice. It's very pleasant. You get a very soft diffuse light. It's indirect, and it just bounces back from this flash. And of course, like any modifier you're gonna have using flash on camera, it adds weight, it adds dimension. You have to hold the camera, the flash with one hand, and the other one to help with the weight. But it works really, really good, and this is my preferred choice for flash on camera so far, unless I have to use the diffuser. But this one, it helps a little bit, but it doesn't help diffusing and taking the specular highlights from the face of your subject, especially like if you have to do an event when the people, they sweat, it's action, and you have to make sure that you don't have to get too much glare on their face using flash on camera. This is my preferred choice, and you can see from these pictures, I think it looks really good, and you can use it outdoors for fill flash or indoors. When you use flash on camera, your distance to the subject is kind of limited. You can expect to be 10 feet away, and you have a nice even exposure. The flash becomes a very small light source, and the transition between the highlights and shadows is very abrupt. You're going to have very sharp dark shadows, and we're going to tell right away that you use a flash on camera. I really like using these modifiers because are easy to take with you and are easy to set up. The MagMod is great for strong connection, and I prefer to use it outdoors. And you can see on my other videos I use this modifier a lot outdoors. And special in the windy conditions on the beach, they work absolutely great. They need some finesse to position the lights, but with any light modifiers you have to learn their limitations. They are small light sources, and they are more efficient on the close proximity to your subject, because on their physical size also works better to be closer to your subject. They do help eliminate the specular reflection from your highlights. When you diffuse the light, you increase the apparent size of your modifier, because when the light from the flash hits the silicone surface, it's disperses the light in a family of angles, so the light rays travel in different directions, not in a straight pattern coming from your flash, and increases the apparent size of your flash, and it gives you a little bit a better output. You don't have to rush to get these modifiers because they are not magical tools. They are tools like you can use to modify the light. You have to learn how to use them. You gotta learn their limitations too. Both brands, they have a bunch of snoots and barn doors you can use for your flashes, but on special when you use it with the small flashes, they just still small light modifiers. What I like about these modifiers, besides the fact they are collapsible and easy to take with you, they are at the price point, then they are not super expensive. On the MagMod line, you have to get a grip, and it works with the diffuser, with the mag bounce, with some other modifiers they have, the barn doors, the snoot, and it's a little bit more expensive than the Godox. In a photography world, like everything is super expensive nowadays. But this one, I think they are on the manageable side. You don't need them. Absolutely, you can use different modifiers, anything what works for you. But these are the one I'm using, and I think I'm getting pretty good results using both systems. I can choose one over other. Maybe I'll use the Godox more like for indoor shots, and the MagMod outdoors because it's stronger, and I can use it with the S2 bracket on a stand, and it gives me a little bit more play with the bigger flashes like the Ad300 or Ad200, which are my preferred flashes for outdoors. The Godox, I think, works really great inside. I'm always trying to provide you an unbiased insight on every video, especially when I'm reviewing gears. Please check my channel for more lighting tutorials and gear review. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.